Okay. So we are just at 1 minute past the hour. I think this is everyone who's coming today. If someone else hops on, that's okay. They'll be able to join because I will lay a little bit of um, groundwork information before we start with the practice. So before we even get started, if you are even slightly congested, maybe go grab a tissue. We're going to work with isolated nostril breathing. And so you might not even think that you're congested, but then when we start to breathe in and out of just one nostril, you might realize that one is a bit clogged. So if you want to take a moment and grab a tissue, you can do that now. And then if you need to do anything else, right, get a drink of water, refresh your coffee or your tea, or maybe you have to close a door. If you want to light a candle, go ahead and take a minute or two here just to do anything like that to make sure that you have things set up and situated so that you can do your best to focus on the practice for 30 minutes, right? So any other little adjustment that you might have to make before we get started so that once we get started, you can do your best to direct your concentration. And so I did want to just speak a little bit about pranayama and meditation. This was something that came up after the retreat that Jeff asked a little bit about sort of the blurred line between pranayama and meditation. Like, what is the difference? How, are we meditating when we do this? And the answer is yes. So a lot of people think of meditation as just like sitting quietly with your thoughts for however long. And that is almost impossible for pretty much everyone to just sit quietly with your thoughts. I mean, people who have practiced meditation and used many tools to get to a place where they can just kind of get there a little bit faster, that's what it might look like for them. Um, there's many kinds of meditation. You can do a seated meditation. You can be lying down for it. You can do walking meditation. You can do eating meditations where you are like every single bite of food that you take, you are counting how many times you chew it, and you are just, it's meditation. You can think of it as single pointed focus. So single pointed focus could be on the breath. It could be on every individual step you take. I mean, you could just walk back and forth in one room in your house and do a walking meditation where the point of focus is on every individual step. Because what you're doing is you're anchoring your mind to something to stop the randomness of thoughts that just shoot off in every direction. So you can use breath, which is why pranayama goes so well with meditation, because we anchor the mind to the breath. So just by sitting and thinking inhale and thinking exhale, we anchor the mind to the breath. Mantra is another one. So for those who, were there and we worked with so hum, right? If you just anchor the mind to a mantra, then you stop the popcorn popping of it just going wherever it wants to go. So single pointed focus is one way to think of meditation. And there's elements to meditation. There's also withdrawal of the senses. So as we sit and we start to sort of shut things down, right? We draw the intention and the awareness inward. So it's withdrawal of the senses, right? We stop paying attention to the sounds and the sights and the smells and the tastes, which we did the opposite of that, right? We paid attention to that to be out in the world, to understand where we are in the world at this moment in time. And then likewise, we can withdraw from those senses and then we go inward. And then we take the focus inward and then we find something to anchor the mind to, single pointed focus, concentration on something. Can be anything. That's why there's so many tools. And then we quiet the thoughts so that we can get down past that top layer of the mind, which is chaos and is prone to chaos and is just like constantly living in chaos mode. Then we sink a little bit deeper. And then, ideally, the longer we can sit in meditation and tether that chaotic mind to something, then we can sink a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper, and we get into this other layer of self. So pranayama, breath work, is one of the tools that we can use to get there. Okay. So I hope that's clear. That's like a very, like short um, answer to start to understand that. Okay, so that was a lot of information. All of that to say, we're going to do some isolated nostril breathing to balance ourselves. So we will be seated for this practice. So finding a way that you can sit comfortably for the next 20, 25 minutes or so. Take a moment and give yourself permission to get comfortable with how you sit, right? This is not a punishment. This does not mean having uncomfortable legs or hips or, a foot falling asleep. Give yourself permission to get comfortable. So that can look very different for different people. You can be on the ground, you can be in a chair, you can be on the couch, you can be on the edge of your bed, you can be on a cushion, you can be on blocks. Your legs can be crossed, your legs can be straight. You can make a shape that nobody else makes. Give yourself permission to be comfortable. And then go ahead and take a look around you. So look over your left shoulder, just give a little scan, make sure there's no threat. There's nothing that's going to scare you, pop out, distract you. Take a look over your right shoulder. Just orient yourself where you are right now. And then as you're ready, come back through center. And if it's accessible and available for you in this moment today, you can allow the eyes to close. If the eyes do not want to close, if that is too intense, then just pick a place somewhere in front of you, right? Single pointed focus. Pick one point to look at if the eyes would like to be open, and just concentrate, just stare at that one place. So there's the withdrawal of senses. We start to come inward. We know that we're in a safe space. And now we allow ourselves to take the gaze internal. And then we'll start to place the awareness on the breath. So now we just start to notice the inhale. Notice the exhale. So here we're breathing in and out through the nose. Just placing the awareness now on the breath. And you might notice that in the instant that you place the awareness on the breath might slow. The inhales and exhales might get longer. When we place our awareness on something, someone, that's loving, energetic awareness, the quality tends to enhance. So the breath is probably now a bit more full and nourishing than it was when I was just jabbering at you. So anchoring the mind here to the inhale and the exhale. And then since the mind is a little occupied, now you can scan the body. Just taking notice if there's, again, any discomfort. And if there is, are you allowing yourself to ease it. And there might be discomfort that you're not able to address right now. That's okay. Just accept that. And then take a moment and very honestly scan your emotional being, your emotional body. Just notice what's there for you today. What's on your heart? Just noticing it. We're not here to fix it. We're not here to chase it away. We're just allowing ourselves to sit with our emotions. They're all welcome. So we'll work with first just breathing in and out through the left nostril. So the only nostril that's going to do any breathing, the left side. So you have the option to close your right nostril either with your thumb or with your pointer finger or any other way that you choose to do it. And as we breathe in and out the left nostril, it's sometimes beneficial to take the left hand and to lift up and sort of pull the cheek away. This can help get a little bit more air in. So we'll start all together here. So figuring out how you need to bring your hand or hands to your face. And again, just isolating the left nostril. So start with an exhale, empty all the way out, empty, 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 and then close the right, inhale through the left, and then exhale through the left. So only breathing in and out the left nostril. Nice full breaths here. So at your own pace. Nothing intense. We're just taking nice, full, slow, calming breaths. There's no speed or intensity or urgency. We're just waking up this channel, doing a little maintenance on this side. Again, option to use that left hand and sort of lift, manipulate the cheek. Might help get a little bit more air through that passage. So just doing your best here. If it's a little bit clogged and it might be hard to get a nice breath through this nostril, just be patient and slow the breath down even more. And if you need to take a break from this side and get a good inhale through both nostrils, you're allowed to do that. That's okay. Doing our best here to keep our awareness on the inhale and the exhale through the left channel. Just go for a few more rounds here. We'll work with soft holds at the end of this. So if you want to do retention of breath with me, just listen to my cues. If you don't, I'll tell you that you can skip it when we're there. So don't rush. But the next time that you have a nice full exhale and you empty all the way out, don't rush to do it, but exhale all the way down to the bottom, 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 bottom of your exhale. Release your hands to your thighs and then hold the breath out. You might even slightly tuck your chin towards your chest. Hold the breath out. So soft hold. We're not doing any locks. Just hold the breath out at the base of the exhale, empty vessel. And then when you're ready, with control, you're going to inhale through the nose and fill all the way up. See if you can do so silently, calmly, gracefully. Inhale, fill all the way up, 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 up. And then you'll hold the breath in at the top. Lift the chin, proud chest. It's a soft hold here. So we're full of fresh new oxygen. There's no intensity. There's no panic in the body. There's no furrowing of the eyebrows or tensing of the muscles. And just hold that breath in. And then when you're ready, softly with control, release it through the nose and just come into subtle recovery breath. You might notice there that there's some activation in the system. Might get your heart rate up a little bit to do the holds. So use the recovery breath to come back into a place of balance. Soften the shoulders, re-soften the face, maybe give the toes a wiggle, reposition the legs if you need to. Palms of the hands are soft. Now we'll work with the other side, so the right nostril. So again, only breathing in and out of the right nostril. Same option here to close the left with whichever finger feels best for you. And then option to manipulate the right cheek to get a little bit more air in the passageway. Now, one nostril will be more clogged than the other. That's just what happens. So being mindful of that, being patient with yourself. So we'll start all together here with an exhale, empty all the way out, empty, 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 empty. Close the left nostril and inhale through the right. And then exhale through the right. So only breathing in and out the right. Only breathing in and out the right nostril. If this is your clogged side, breathe slowly to get that full breath and give yourself permission to take a nice breath through both nostrils. If you feel like you're not getting enough oxygen, there is no need to cause panic in the system. Get a nice full breath and then do your best to come back into the practice. So in through the right, out the right. Doing maintenance on this channel, this nadi. Calm breath here. Anchor the mind to the breath. Think inhale, think exhale. Go for a few more rounds. On your next exhale, don't rush it. When you exhale fully, base of the exhale, you empty all the way out and then release the hands to the thighs. Empty, 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 empty. Hold the breath out. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest to seal off the energy. Soft hold here. Hold the breath out. Hold the breath out. Do so calmly. Keep the body soft. When you are ready, inhale calmly with control through the nose. Fill all the way up, 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 up. Big inhale. Proud chest, lift the chin. Keep the eyebrows soft. Full of fresh new oxygen, fresh new prana. Hold the breath in at the top for as long as you like. And then when you're ready, release it with control, with ease, with grace, and come into subtle breath. So take your time to get there, holding for as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, come into subtle breath. Do a little scan of the system. Notice, did the shoulders come up? See if you can soften them back down. Re-soften the hands. So the fingers are probably curled in on themselves. Palms of the hands are soft. Give a little wiggle of the toes. Soften the face, the forehead, the eyebrows. Subtle breath, calming the system. Notice what comes up. We'll come back to working primarily with the left nostril, but a slight variation. So this time, we'll inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. So you'll probably want to bring, well, two options here. You can take the Jeff Mudra and bring your hand up to your face. So right or left, I do right, but bending pointer and middle finger. So you bring your hand up to your face like this. So that'll be inhaling left and then exhaling right. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Or you can do Aisha Mudra like that, right? I can't do that one. I don't like it. Take your pick. Or Rishi Mudra. Tips of the fingers come together, thumbs up here. So the same options as alternate nostril breathing, but we're not going to do alternate nostril breathing or pointer finger and pointer finger. Okay. So it's inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Okay. So take your pick, get your hand or hands towards your face. Still have the option to manipulate the left cheek on the inhale. We'll start with an exhale, empty all the way out. Empty, 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 empty. Close the right, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Close right, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. So just inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Just keep going like that. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Very good. Give yourself permission to adjust if you need to. If there is discomfort somewhere in the body, you are allowed to shift it. Inhale left, exhale right. Keep going. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish your next exhale out the right nostril. Finish your exhale out the right nostril. Release your hands to your thighs. Hold the breath out. Soft hold here, all the way empty. Calm in the body, calm in the system. Hold the breath out. Maintenance. When you're ready, in your own time, inhale through the nose, fill up, 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 up. Hold the breath in at the top. And then as you're ready, exhale through the nose calmly with control and come into subtle breath. Take a few rounds in subtle breath, and then we'll move into the last round of practice. So this time we're going to inhale through the right nostril and then exhale out the left. So you take your pick of how you want your hands. Bring the hand or hands towards the face, and we'll start with an exhale. Empty all the way out. Empty, 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 empty. Close the left to begin. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. So just keep going with that pattern. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Do your best. Inhale right. Exhale left. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the left nostril. Exhale all the way out. Empty, 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 empty. Hold the breath out. Slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. Seal the energy. Soft holds here, no locks. Soft bump. If you'd like to keep holding, keep holding. When you're ready to inhale, do so calmly through the nose. Inhale, filling all the way up. At the top of the inhale, same thing, soft hold, soft body. See if you can relax the shoulders, relax the face, maybe even smile a little bit. And then in your own time, when you're ready, come to settle breath. So do so calmly, releasing the holds wherever you are. If you're still holding, that's okay. If you're already in settled recovery breath, we'll all meet there. So re-soften the body. Soften the shoulders. Give a little wiggle of the toes. Make sure we're not gripping or tensing. Soft forehead. See if you can even soften the inner ear. An option just to sit here for a few more minutes. If you need to sign off, we're half past, so you're welcome to sign off if you have a time constraint. Otherwise, we'll hold this moment for a little while longer. Just taking notice. What wants to come up in the system. Might be a repetitive thought. Might be an emotion that we've really tried to bury deep, deep down. Just letting things come up. Calmly, with control, right? We practice being calm. Calm does not just happen. Calm is self-mastery. And there are tools that we can use to enter into a state of calm. And then life happens and tries to pull us out of the calm. And so we come back to the tools, and it's a never-ending cycle. It is repetition and it is practice. Nothing else. There is no trick. There is no cheat sheet. It is simply being alive, self-mastery, working to calm, getting thrown off our game, coming back into it. Sometimes the disruptions come from the outside, and sometimes the disruptions are internal. It's helpful to know the difference. As you're ready, if you want to stay in this for longer, stay in this for longer. You can mute me or sign off, and you're welcome to stay in this meditative state for as long as you like. When you're ready, keeping the eyes closed or at least the gaze soft, you can start to invite in some movement in the body. So you might wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. You might start to rock the head side to side, dropping an ear towards a shoulder. So starting to wake the body up, keeping the gaze soft, keeping the gaze inward if possible. Maybe you roll the wrists, open and close the hands a few times, stretch the fingers. Maybe take the arms up overhead, stretching. And then once you've woken the body up a bit, you're welcome to gently open the eyes and take a look around your space again. This time, looking for things that bring you some joy. So it might be a piece of art, a gift that someone you love gave you, maybe a gift you gave yourself. It could be an animal, a dog, a cat, maybe a plant that you've managed to keep alive. Just looking for something that makes your heart feel good and spending a little bit of time focusing on that. So that's again, that's a meditation, single pointed focus. We do get to control where our energy goes with practice, with discipline. It is not easy. And we are incredibly powerful beings when we can tap into that. And so we do have some control of where we put our energy and our awareness. So with that, we'll close the session this morning. Thank you for being here. It took us a little bit over. I don't think anybody really minded. It's hard for me to do things in 30 minutes. I like a good hour and a half, but I do my best with 30 minutes. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, whatever that looks like. And hopefully I'll see some of you next week, if not before then. Um, as always, if you have any questions about the practice, about what we did, you are welcome to message me. If you have me on WhatsApp, you can send me a message if something came up. If you'd like further information, if you want to be able to do the practices by yourself, just send me a message. I'm happy to answer. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all soon.